So today I'm going to start preposition. Okay. So because this is very important for you all, preposition and verb. Tomorrow I'll teach you verb, but today I'm going to teach you preposition. So preposition is very important for you all, that how to fill the blanks with the help of preposition. Okay. So today we will start. See, look at the board. What is preposition here? So preposition, the word preposition as is indicated by prefix pre, P-R-E, okay? Pre is a word as a group of words that is placed before a noun or pronoun to indicate direction, method, place, source, etc. So this is what? This is a preposition, okay? And another word we can say that the noun or pronoun is shown to have a kind of relation with regard to something else with the help of preposition. So now we will have some example for this so that you can understand. Okay. Sheena was in the kitchen. Sheena was in the kitchen. Now you can understand by this line, by this sentence. Okay. So here, Sheena is what? Noun. And kitchen is what? Kitchen is also noun. Okay. Noun, what is the noun? Noun is the name of person, place, animal or thing. So that is called noun. So here Sheena is also noun. Kitchen is also noun, and with, in both noun, which word is showing relation? In. Where is Sheena?
In.
Where is Sheena? Sheena is in kitchen. So this in word is showing what? Preposition. Means before the noun. Before the noun it is coming. Okay. Now I think you got my point. So before the noun it is coming, and it is showing the relation between noun or pronoun or between noun and noun. Okay. Now we will have another example. Okay. See. Sleep.
Unmute yourself.
Stairs. So now in this sentence, can you tell me where is the preposition?
Saraf.
Very good. And can you tell me that this preposition is showing relationship between
Stairs.
stairs and
She and stairs.
stairs and
Sir, noun is a pronoun.
okay. Now I think you got my point now. So let's see some examples more, means some more examples of that. And how many directions, how many prepositions are there before saying here? Okay. We will see some more prepositions. That, for example,
Unmute yourself.
see, at, in, on, to, of, ever, behind, over, etc.
Mute yourself.
Mute yourself.
Sir, mute all.
Wait. Now nobody will stay. Okay. So look at the board. These are the prepositions. Okay. At, in, on, to, of, above, behind, over, etc. Okay. So these are what? These are the prepositions. Okay. Now we'll see the first rule. So what is the first rule? So, what is the first rule? You can write the first rule, okay? Because I'm not going to write on the board because it will take too much time. So you can write in your rough copy or somewhere else, okay? But I'll tell you the example here, okay? So that you can correct yourself. So, first rule, a preposition is usually, please write down. A preposition is usually placed, its object, but sometimes it is placed after it, okay? See the example. Okay, now we have two examples here. And now you have to tell that which one is correct. We have two examples here. You have to
Sir,
tell that.
second one.
The second one.
Are you sure?
The second.
Second one.
Okay. Are you sure that second one will be correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, second one is correct. Why it is correct? Let's see. Already I have told you the first rule that a preposition is usually placed before its object, but sometime it is placed after it. So first option is here, means first condition, means when the object in the interrogative pronoun is understood. See, interrogative pronoun. This is an interrogative pronoun, so because of that only here two preposition is used, and because of that only this preposition is correct. The second sentence is correct. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see the next example so that you can understand more. Okay? So, this is a book.
I'm gonna use this.
Pala, to mute yourself.
Sir, we cannot see you. Yes, sir.
Sir, we cannot see you.
Okay, now look at the board. Is it visible to all?
Yes, yes, sir.
So
Sir,
now,
mute everyone. Yes, sir.
once again tell the answer here. Which one is correct, first or second?
Sir,
Sir,
second
board is
one.
not visible.
Sir, second.
Sir, board is not visible. Sir, board is
Second,
not
second.
visible.
One by one, okay.
Sir, second. Sir.
First one is correct or second one is correct?
Sir,
Second one.
Sir, second one.
Second.
Palak, which one is correct?
Sir, second.
Second one is correct, okay. And what is the reason that second one is correct? See, when the object of the preposition is a relative pronoun, here, this is a relative pronoun. This is a relative pronoun that's showing what? The relation between noun and pronoun. So because of that only, that for is correct in this sentence, okay. Now we'll see the next rule, second rule, okay. Write down second rule first. As a rule, no preposition is placed after the following verbs. After the following verbs, verbs. As a rule, no preposition is placed after the following verbs when these verbs are used in active voice. When these verbs are used in active voice. So, some verbs are given here. Write down stress, 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 emphasize, discuss, investigate, comprise, accompany, consider, violate, demand, resemble, pervade.
Please tell after investigate.
I'll repeat it, okay? Whatever you listen, just continue with that, okay? Resemble, pervade, succeed, read, resign, attack, invade, resist, enter, skew, befall, order, direct, join, sign, affect, ensure, board, describe, await, lag, regret, concern. So these are the active voice, means these are the verbs that is used in active voice. Once again, I'm going to repeat this all, and if you forget to write, so not to worry, okay, but you have to aware about, okay. Stress, emphasize, discuss, investigate, comprise, accompany, consider, violate, demand, resemble, pervade, succeed, precede, rate, resign, attack, invade, resist, enter, eschew, befall, order, direct, join, sign, affect, ensure, board, describe, await, lag, regret, concern. Now we will have some examples of all these. verbs. So look at the board. This is very important for you all that I'm just going to tell the example of second rule as I have told you. So second rule, this example is the police are investigating into the case.
Yes, sir. Utkarsh, mute yourself.
Okay, look at the board.
Hey man, mute yourself.
The police are investigating. Please look at the board. This is very important, and we don't have enough time, so please look at the board. Okay. The police are investigating into the case. As I have told you, this is what already you have written investigate. So here, as a rule, no preposition is placed after the following verbs when these verbs are used in active voice. So what do you think? This into is correct here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, we'll see the next. I have ordered for his transfer. Once again, in this sentence, already you have written so many words, so many verbs. Okay, so now here, can you tell me which one is wrong?
Sir, order. Sir.
Order is verb.
Sir, ordered, sir.
Order is verb. That for is not used here, no? Okay.
Yes, sir, for.
Have you written all these examples?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Please go with me only, okay? As I write there, so you should also write. Okay, now. Now write down the third rule. Use of preposition in relation to its object. Use of preposition in relation to its object. See that preposition will take too much time, okay? And here I don't have enough time, so whatever the topics I'm here telling, so please write it down and be sure about it, okay? So third rule is use of preposition in relation to its object. So in that, write down A or one, okay? Omission of preposition before indirect object. This is subheading you can understand, means you just write down first point. That first point is omission of preposition before indirect object. Before indirect object.
Sir, please repeat once more.
Okay, I told you that third rule. In third rule, what you have to do? Use of preposition in relation to its object, and in this, first point is omission of preposition before indirect object. Okay? Before indirect.
Please mute yourself.
Sir, repeat. Sir, repeat once again.
Omission of preposition before indirect object. omission of preposition before indirect object. So some verbs are given here, write down. Bring, B-R-I-N-G, bring. Give, G-I-V-E, give. Lend, L-E-N-D. Promise, P-R-O-M-I-S-E. Leave, L-E-A-V-E. Sell, S-E-L-L. Buy, B-U-Y. Show, S-H-O-W. Take, T-A-K-E. Fetch, F-E-T-C-H. Tell, T-E-L-L. Hand, H-A-N-D. Send, S-E-N-D. Sing, S-I-N-G. Read, R-E-A-D. Cost, C-O-S-T. Play, P-L-A-Y. F-I-N-D, find, G-E-T, get. Ask, A-S-K. Offer, O-F-F-E-R, etc. So these are the following verbs, okay, where what you have to do. Let's see. So, first sentence is I shall fetch you books from market. The second sentence is I shall fetch books for you from market. And what the rule is saying here, that use of preposition in relation to its object. And the first point that you have written, omission of preposition before indirect object. Omission of preposition before indirect object. So, here, which one is indirect object? Raise your hands. Raise your hands, who will tell what is object and what is direct object, what is indirect object? Yes? Okay, if you have some problem, so one more example that you can write here. Her father left. Large property, okay. Her father left him large property. Then the next example, next that we can write this sentence. Her father left large property to me. Okay, so now here two examples are there. Two sentences are written in a different way. Okay, so now what you have to find out? See, as you have written that omission of preposition before indirect object. Omission means you have to remove, omit. Okay, so I shall fetch you books from market. This is the first sentence, and in this sentence you is indirect object, so there for is not given there. But in second sentence, I shall fetch books for you from market. So once again, so this is the example that you can understand that what omission of preposition before indirect object. Okay, the second example. Yes, Palak. Wait. Yes.
Sir, in the second example, you wrote her father and you wrote the him. So it should be his father left him large property.
See, if we talk about, means you're talking about her,
Yes, sir.
it doesn't matter, her or his. The matter is what? That what we are talking about preposition. Okay. Her father left him. Till here, look. Her father left him. Okay. Her father left. See. And what I said that omission of preposition before indirect object. Before indirect object. Which one is direct object and which one is indirect object? The question is here, which one is direct object and which one is indirect object? Can anyone tell? Kanish, yes, tell.
Sir, first one is direct and second one is indirect object.
I'm not talking about that first one is direct and second one is indirect. Just let me give me that exact word.
Sir, him.
Him is indirect object.
Yes.
And what do you mean by this third rule? Use of preposition in relation to its object. That
Sir,
first point it is mentioned now.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, we have to use preposition in relation with object.
Yes, already you have written here. So, him means here you have to omit preposition before indirect object. So now here you can understand. Here there are. This is the object, and this one is also object.
Yes.
But here you have to tell which one is direct object and which one is indirect object. This one is direct object now, and this one is indirect object. So omission before indirect object. This is the rule, okay? Then we'll see the second point. Okay, so in second point, note that placement of proper object, direct or indirect, with the use of the following verbs with a special reference to the preposition. Okay, so once again, I provided in money I provided him with money. I provided money to him. Okay, now, so the third one is, my second point is that note the placement of proper object. Proper object means direct object or indirect object, with the use of the following verbs with a special reference to the preposition. So the use of verbs provide, supply, furnish, interest, present. So these are the following verbs. So here, 3 examples are there. But these two sentences are same. Okay, that we can write with this with also and to also. But here, tell which one is correct. In this, which one is correct? Tell which one is correct. Which one is correct? I provided him money is correct, or I provided him with money, I provided money to him. Which one is correct? Only yes, Ashik.
Sir,
Sir,
second.
last one. The second one.
Second one.
The
Yes,
third one.
this is correct answer. This is correct.
Yes, sir.
This one is okay.
Sir, second.
Second one is correct answer. Means these two sentences that we can write like that, and this is the right answer. Okay.
The last one also correct, no?
Yeah. Last one is also it is written no? Or so because of that only. Okay. So now third point. See the third point. Third point is also very important. The correct use of rob, R-O-B, rob, fine, inform, explain, recommend, compensate, suggest, propose in relation to object. So here you can just write like that: rob a person of something, find someone, inform someone of something, explain something to a person. Okay, see the next rule number 4. Okay, rule number 4. Write down rule number 4. In rule number 4, first point, between, among. Between, among. Between, among. Okay. So as you know very well that between preposition is used for what? For two or more in choice. Okay. Write down, between is used while referring to two persons or thing. For example, if I say that I'm standing between this, just like that, pencil, chalk. I'm where? In between, okay? Between
Sir,
this.
repeat once again.
Say between
Sir, repeat
means,
once again.
between means like this is multiplied and this is plus. And here is what? Between. Okay. Between means two persons are standing. Here, this is between. This is between, okay? And among. Among is used while referring to more than two persons. So this is the difference between and among, okay? Between will means between preposition will use for two persons or two things, between two things. But if we have to talk about means more than two persons, so there we will use among. For example, if 60 students are standing, so we can say that you are standing among
60 students.
Yeah. Okay, now you got it now? If I say that you are sitting between your father and mother, or you are sitting between your two friends. So this is the example of between and among. Now let's see the next. Beside and besides. Beside and besides. Beside and besides. Okay. This beside means, look. Beside means by the side of. By the side of. And this besides means in addition to. Okay. See the difference between beside and besides. This beside means by the side of, and this besides means in addition to. For example, she sat beside him at the party. Okay. Besides studying, he is also working somewhere. Okay. See the difference between beside and besides. Okay. See the difference between beside and besides. Beside means by the side of, besides means in addition to. So in these two examples, you can understand that where you can use beside and where you can use besides. See the difference, only as word is, only as later is there, and it is making a big difference between two words.
The fact is,
written? See that
Yes, sir.
time is over. Okay. So we will continue.
Sir,